Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes movie Baroness. This is one that right off the bat, when it was initially revealed, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but the more I thought about it, the more I do dig it. Like, I like the redesign. It's a movie design that I don't think betrays the original design as much as some people have made it out to be, but again, everyone's perception of that is going to be different. It is different compared to the comic TV show style of Baroness. That is without question. But I think this definitely hits all the hallmarks. I'll hit more on that later. So I guess that being said, this has been a bit divisive, I think, with fans from what I've seen. But I guess, like I said, I kind of dig the redesign, and I'm going to get further into why in the following sections. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's do this. Starting things off with aesthetics, as is my wont. As I had said, this is definitely a redesign of Baroness for the movie Snake Eyes, which is coming out this fall, or maybe the end of this summer. It's not out at the moment of this recording, so I know that much. But that being said, there are some key differences from what we're used to seeing with Baroness. However, I do think that this hits all the hallmarks of what makes Baroness. That being brunette, glasses, black bodysuit. Those are the kind of key visual points. Yes, the hair is very different, but honestly, who of anyone has not changed their hairstyle at some point in their life? So I don't find that to be a big thing. I know some people are either on the fence or just completely put off by that, but I think it works. And again, the suit is not overly designed. They got some really nice mix of gloss and matte blacks here. Actually not that much red, just the cobra symbol on the belt, and I have the machetes in there, so there's silver, but that's not on the body itself. But beyond that, just a sculpted bodysuit with some alternating paint. Got a choker. The glasses are actually removable, so those will be shown in accessories. But again, Baroness without glasses, that is weird. Even though in this day and age, most people would wear contacts. But still, going on from that, a lot of people have also pointed out that the neck seems a little long, and I think it does. They were clearly trying to give it as much clearance as possible, and that does help a lot. Articulation-wise, this definitely improves a bit on the Cobra Island one, which I'll get into that obviously in articulation, but beyond that, just I think a solid redesign. Moving on to accessories, they have kept it simple for movie Baroness, and that has more or less been the theme for the entire Snake Eyes movie wave. You're not getting a ton of accessories with these ones, and so it's a slightly different approach, but it's still a solid group of accessories that we get with her. So first off, we get a submachine gun of some sort. I think I heard this was an MP5 or something like that. I am not knowledgeable on guns, so someone else would probably know that. Do we get a little bit of paint on that? I couldn't even tell because it's been dark in my house today. But yeah, it looks like we got a little bit of green paint maybe there. And the silencer, which is removable, so that's cool. So you can have that either way. Just plugs into the hole here, and I'm trying to do this on camera. There we go. So that just goes right back in there. Then we get two snake-handled machetes, which look boss as hell. I think I've already expressed with this line that I love all the bladed weapons, and I would love to own them in real life. So really cool there with just black plastic, silver paint. And then finally, we get Baroness's glasses, which really cool design, frames her face really well. And those, bring this up, there are two ports, or kind of spaces in her hair on either side of her eyes. And you can just kind of seat that in there. Get that properly in, and there you go. And they're actually really sturdy too. Those aren't gonna fall out, and there they shall stay for me. Okay, moving on to articulation. As I had said earlier, This Baroness definitely improves upon a lot of the points that are a number of points that I actually had issue with in the Cobra Island Baroness. So let's take a look at it going from top to bottom. As we do, let me remove the submachine gun here. So for the head, we have the ball hinge and then the extra bottom neck joint. So we're gonna get an okay amount of up, like definitely decent, and then a whole lot of down, which I feel like if this collar piece wasn't here in the back, we'd be able to get more up. And it's a little sad that that's there, because I think that not having that there, or at least kind of filing that down, would have definitely negated where the hair is stopping the head looking up. So that is what it is. You get some amazing tilt, as you saw in that opening pose, so that's fantastic. Arms come up. Mine come up at different rates. My right arm is a little bit easier to move than the left. Not sure what that is. There's a lot of sculpt work on the arms, so that is worth taking under consideration. No bicep cut, but we do get some pretty good bend, even though it's only a single joint, and that is where we will get our turn, where we would normally get from the bicep. We get our rotation, so our swivel and hinge on the hands. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that, because these are both vertical hinges, which is fantastic. And so both hands, vertical hinge. Coming down to the diaphragm, we do have a ball joint in there. However, we don't get any movement whatsoever because of the sculpt. So that is what it is. There is another ball joint at the hip. So all of our forward is going to come from there, and it's really not that generous. Same with back. So not a ton of torso movement for this Baroness. As is common with the Classified series, we still get drop down hips, and we can come out to full splits. As I've said before, the Classified series doesn't really need the drop down hips, because they've molded or sculpted the legs such that they come out to splits anyway. So that is what it is. And so we get our thigh swivel. We get double jointed knees, which come all the way up, complete fold. That's absolutely fantastic. And we get a boot cut, which is fantastic. That was something that the Cobra Island Baroness was sorely missing. And then we get our feet. So we get really nice point. We get some pretty insane forward. And then of course, some rocker, which is a little weird to work with because of the shape of the foot, because we got these wedge heels. I'm interested to see if this is in the movie, because that seems difficult to work in, but hey, who knows? So that's Articulation. Moving into some size comparisons, here she is with some other G.I. Joe Classified series figures. Here she is with some other Hasbro stuff, with some SH Figuarts and Storm collectibles, with some monsters, and finally with an Articulated Icons Oni and yours truly as an Articulated Icons Ninja. So my final thoughts on the Snake Eyes Origins Classified Series Baroness. Absolutely fantastic figure. I really love what they did with this. A lot of the articulation points in particular show that they are paying more attention to female and female presenting figures and treating them as actual people as opposed to just something they need to throw in the line. Between this figure and from what I've seen of the articulation on the recently released Lady J figure, I think they're really heading in a really great direction to actually have these figures be fully posable and just really something worth photographing, and as they should be. There's no reason they should be treated any differently from all the male and male presenting figures. So that's my opinion. I think you should get it. I'm pretty excited for the movie. From what I've seen, it looks like it's gonna be pretty awesome, and just seeing lead actor Harry Goulding be so excited about it, and his action figure has made me excited. So, so we'll see how that is when it releases. But if you want this figure, I will be putting links in the description below for where you can get it. So probably the usuals: Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Hasbro Pulse, and possibly other places, but probably at least those three. So I hope you found this review entertaining and or informative, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and certainly subscribing. I'm trying to hit a goal before the end of the year, trying to get to at least 100 and then move up from there. So please, if you like this, Subscribe, and I will have videos up every Thursday, whether they are a review, a retro review, possibly a plastic combat, which is putting different types of figures against each other and seeing how they stack up, and more depending on what happens. So that being said, thank you so much for watching again, and take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.